If you want ideas to get great niche marketing ideas about a hot niche, if you're gathering ideas, you want to read direct mail. It's otherwise known as junk mail, and it can be a great source for getting new ideas. The way to get direct mail, if you're not already getting junk mail on a specific topic, is perhaps to go to a magazine and look for like a 1-800 number that has a pre-recorded message. You can call the message and they'll probably ask you to give them your name and phone number and address, whatever information they ask for, and they'll mail you a free report. And when that happens, you're joining their mailing list. So you want to get on people's mailing lists. You can do it instantly by going to a website that asks for your name and email address, and they'll usually give you a free report or some type of value benefit for signing up. And you want to subscribe. Now, if you do it with email, be selective when you do it. Make sure it looks like a quality website. But you want to subscribe to the list and see the type of emails they send. Like, you can go to rapid4x.com and you can sign up for the free course, and you'll see what kind of emails we send. And I'll give you permission right now to subscribe to that list and spy on us. Just look at the type of messages that we send people over time. You can also go to manifestlife.com, sign up for that free report, and you can spy on me there and see what types of messages I'm sending. If you're watching this video, you're already subscribed to internetprofitmentor.com. Now, in my businesses, I always send good messages. I always send valuable tips, tricks, techniques that are going to give value, because if you don't give value, if you're on a list that they're not giving you good information, you're going to get off the list, or you're just going to start ignoring the emails. But you want to subscribe to mailing lists, and if you can get on actual mailing lists through the mail, they're going to send you quality stuff, because they have to pay to send that through the mail. They have to pay to physically print it. So they have to test good stuff, and for the most part, they'll send you good things. Some people may be kind of dumb and send you something that's retarded, and you're just going to get off that list. You're just going to throw it away in the trash. But they need to get you to read it. Since they're spending the expense of sending it to you in the mail, it's probably a good sales message, and it's probably a pretty decent product. Although there are scams out there, and I'm not vouching for every piece of direct mail on being a legitimate opportunity. But if you could go to a magazine in your niche market and look in there and see if any ads are asking you to get a free report, and then maybe they have you go on a website, calling a phone number, or writing in and mailing a self-addressed stamped envelope for more information, and then they're going to put you on the mailing list. And chances are they might sell you to other people in that niche, and you'll start getting multiple offers from different people. So if you can get on those lists, that's valuable, because you'll see the types of advertising triggers that they're using, and you can use that for your niche market as inspiration. Again, don't copy. That's not ethical, and there's laws against plagiarism, and there's copyright protections. But you can always use it as inspiration. You can always mimic the idea that works and apply it uniquely to your own product, and then, hey, everything's fair when you do it that way. You see what hot buttons they're pushing in that market. Anything that's bold or underlined or highlighted in a special way or on its own line by itself in a bigger font, these are the words that are really attractive to people in that market. And if you keep seeing the same words repeated over and over again, you want to make a note of that. And if you notice on a sales letter that you're reading that the same word is on there 50 times, and it's not a word that's normal conversation, the word "the" will probably be on there 50 times, at least. The word "you" will probably be on there several times, maybe 100 times. But if there's a word like day trading and it's on there 25 times, well, that's definitely a buzzword for the stock market. So you want to notice these things and even write them down. If you notice a sales letter in a niche you're looking for keeps mentioning the same word, well, you definitely want to mention that word when you go to write a sales letter. But you also want to look for that word as part of your idea to research niches. So at this point, I'm telling you to read the direct mail and also email. When I talk about direct mail, I mean letters in the mail, but I'm also talking about email here. And you just want to be aware of what they're sending you, and you want to scan it for ideas. You want to see what are they sending me and what are they trying to sell me. Always look for the USP. That's the unique selling proposition. To be different in a niche market, there's usually plenty of products in the market, maybe 10 products, maybe 50, maybe 3. But there's usually a lot of products that are very similar, and the way to stand out from the crowd is to have a unique selling proposition. Now, you can read more about that in my book called Perpetual Profits, which you have access to. So make sure you read that section. If you didn't read that whole book, you need to read that whole book even before you pursue this. But the unique selling proposition, most people who are smart marketers have one. They have something that makes their product stand out, that you can only buy their product and get that special thing. So that gives them an edge. Now, I have a market domination tip for you. And this is a way that you can just rule a market. And if you're looking at competitors, you should find 10 competitors and determine what their USP is. Here's my market domination tip. Now, I just want to say, be prepared to make a lot of money by using this tip. I don't guarantee that you'll make a dime, but I do get, I know that this will increase your probability of making a ton of money online, and it would be kind of crazy not to do this if you created a product. You want to include as many people's USPs in your product when you create one. So if you look at your 10 competitors and say, competitor number 1 says, I offer this and no one else does. And you look at everyone else and say, nope, they don't offer it. You look at competitor 2, he's got a different little USP. He's got a different angle saying, buy my product, it's got something no one else has. You find as many of them as you can and do your best to incorporate them into your product. And then you come up with one that they don't have. So now it's gone from somebody having to buy 10 different products to get the 10 different USPs, and they could only get them from buying those products. Now your product has all 10 USPs, plus you've got your own unique selling proposition. You've got another one. If you didn't come up with anything new, at least your USP would be, hey, I've got what everyone else is saying is unique, right? They're selling it to you as a whole course, and I've got all of them. No one out there is teaching anything that I'm not giving you that's important. I may have weeded out some of the crap, but I'm giving you all the juicy good stuff. So your USP could just be the fact that, hey, I have all the USPs. Now, when you're selling it, you don't say, this is my USP. You don't say it. You just say, hey, my product is better because I have this and they don't. And if you can say, hey, they say that they're the only one with it and I've got it too, and I also have this other thing, it's going to be powerful. That's how you're going to dominate that market. And as far as business is concerned, you want to dominate markets. You want to make more money. I don't really want one of my competitors to be making more money than me. I want to make more money in my market than anybody else. I can respect my competitors. I can work with them. We can be friends. But ultimately, I want to make more money than anybody else in my market. That's my goal. And that should be yours too. Doesn't mean you can't be friends with them. Doesn't mean you're always going to make more money than them. They could have a hold of that market, and you might not be able to make as much money as them, but your goal should be to make it all. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And, when you implement these market domination things, you'll be surprised at how much of a player in that market you can become in a short amount of time, even when people have had a foothold on that market for years.